Hey there, posture guys and gals. Justin Arch here, aka the Posture Guy, your number one source on pain, posture, and performance. And I'm here today to share with you something you might have already heard about on the internet. It's the big hoopla out there, getting a lot of rave and attention. It's the class action lawsuit that you see here on my screen. I'm doing a screencast against barefoot running shoes, in particular the Vibram FiveFingers. Now, for those of you who follow me on YouTube, on Twitter, my website, all that, you know that I am an advocate and supporter of those shoes and similar types of shoes. So I just wanted to go over this because this was something that actually a friend of mine brought to my attention. Other friends, family, um, other posture guys and gals have said, hey, what's your take on this? And it's funny because I got this post shared to me by my friend. This was immediately after we had just finished, we being Anya and I finished 40 plus hours of travel, from Vancouver to Gdansk, Poland. And so I was extremely tired. You know what happens when you're really tired is you have no tact and no filter, and you just go. So I wanted to share this with you. This is totally unabridged, not cut anything out here. But you can read here. It says class action lawsuit settled against barefoot running shoes with regards to the claim of health benefits and their shoes. If you bought Vibram FiveFinger shoes since 2009, you are eligible for a refund. And then here's the link to that actual article, and I'll make sure to share this below. I can't share the actual Facebook post because it's private, so sorry. Unless you're one of my friends or my friend's friends, you can't see it. So anyways, it talks about, it goes here, and then people start commenting, and they talk about, okay, they're talking about, it's about the marketing, not necessarily the science. And then people start discussing, well, why they're good for you, why they're bad for you, and can they actually make those claims. And they go into all the biomechanics of the foot and the ankle, and static stretching versus warming up for different sports and preventing injuries, static versus dynamic stretching and all that, which I think is fine and everything, but it doesn't go really anywhere else other than that. And that's when my friend said, hey, like your 2 cents in this. And so I did, and then some. So let me just read this really quick. I'm going to try to go through this fast. I don't waste your time, but I think it's important for everyone to hear. Again, this is totally unabridged. I wrote this very sleep deprived, but something I cared about and passionate about, and I want to share with you. All right. So after everybody else had talked about dynamic stretching, isolated stretching, that stretching, and warming up, and stabilizing versus strengthening, and all this, and how they correlate with the shoes and all that, I wrote, all right, wow, where do I begin? Well, first off, the body you bring to a shoe is significantly more important than the shoe itself. That said, you can't apply single factor focused thinking to something as complex as the human body, let alone the foot/ankle. You must look beyond biomechanics and take into consideration the biochemical and neurological aspects as well, because exercise alone are not enough. 30, 60, 90, not even 120 minutes worth of stretching, strengthening, flexibility, stabilizing, corrective, or whatever you want to call it, exercises can buffer/compensate for 22 to 23 and a half hours of poor breathing patterns, not drinking enough water, sleeping in the wrong position, consuming inflammatory foods, being chronically overstressed physically and or mentally, faulty footwear, improper sitting mechanics, unorganized standing posture, and bad movement habits. In fact, I believe so strongly about this that I'm currently building an online course that will share with people how to optimize each of these foundations of their health so they can enjoy a pain-free and active life without limitations. Shameless self-promotion, I know, but it's going to be awesome and help change people's lives, so it's all for a good cause. But getting back to the topic at hand, not that I really ever left it, wink wink, I have been fortunate enough to have been wearing Vibram FiveFingers since 2007, and over the years I can attest to the health benefits they have claimed since day one. They have helped improve my posture, reduce my risk of injury, and strengthen muscles throughout my body. I've also seen the thousands of others experience the same, or excuse me, I've also seen it, yeah, I guess I did say the thousands. There's typos. This was late, after very little sleep. I've also seen the thousands of others experience the same or similar results from wearing Vibram FiveFingers or other similar minimalistic footwear. And for every 10 people that benefit from this type of footwear, there is one that doesn't, or worse yet, causes them pain. Now, granted, it's easy to fall back on two of the more popular scapegoats by saying everyone is different or chalk it up to natural selection, but that kind of thinking simply ends the line of questioning and doesn't do anybody any good. So let's pretend like those aren't options and dig a little deeper. So why would a shoe that allows the foot and ankle to function like it was originally designed possibly cause someone pain? Well, either they're not optimizing their breathing, hydration, sleep, nutrition, stress, movement, and/or exercise. Unfortunately, one or more of these is most always the case, or they're not bringing a properly aligned and fully functional body to the shoe. In my experience, this is always the common denominator or a common denominator that the 1 in 10 people who don't benefit from wearing more minimalistic shoes share in common with one another. The latter is the fault of both Vibram and the people who buy them and complain that they don't magically cure whatever ails them. Like I mentioned earlier, I have been a big fan of Vibram Five Fingers and other minimalistic footwear since 2007, but that's not to say that Vibram is perfect or without blame. When I was working with Agoscu back, yeah, when I was working with Agoscu back when the classic Vibram Five Finger was launched, we told them that they should include a small exercise routine for people to use to prepare their feet slash ankle slash entire body to return to their natural gait pattern. But for whatever reason, they never showed any interest. But I think that a disclaimer slash warning that the average person's foot slash ankle muscles are so deconditioned and incapable of supporting functional range of motion due to the lifestyle habits and improper compensating movement patterns that an exercise routine, there should have been a comment there, sorry, that an exercise routine like the one we suggested be highly recommended before attempting to wear Vibram Five Fingers full time would have really saved them from lawsuits like this one linked to in the post. It's a real shame. Oh well, their loss. Um, but Vibram isn't all to blame. After all, we're all grown ass adults capable of making decisions on our own, aren't we? Winky face. Um, and no matter how much some people would like to pass the responsibility of their health onto someone or something else, the hard truth of the matter is that your health begins and ends with you. Mic drop. Pasha guy out. BTW. This is what happens when I travel for 40 plus hours, half a world away with only a minimum amount of sleep intermittently sprinkled in for survival. Thus the rants of the Pasha guy on a ketone high. LOL. I hope you enjoy it. Believe it or not, this is the abbreviated version of what's in my head. I'm simply too sleep deprived from excessive travel to write anymore. So off to bed I go to get some rest, and perhaps I will do a follow-up AK part 2, which is kind of this right now at a later date. Sleep tight, everybody, and pass out. And hey, look, Daniel says I agree with pretty much all of Justin's points, which, hey, Daniel, pretty much is fine by me. So again, the reason I want to share with you with this is a number of reasons. Is obviously it's not so black and white. I definitely do believe Vibram's claim that it can improve your posture, can strengthen your muscle, can reduce risk of injury, but it's not the only thing. And so I would recommend, whether it be Vibram Five Fingers or some other company, some health professional, whether it be me, your chiropractor, anybody who says they have the one thing that's going to change your life forever, one and only thing, steer clear of people and products like that. You know, you've heard me say, yeah, I'm the posture guy, but I don't believe it's all about posture. It's how you it's, your breathing, your hydration, your sleep, your nutrition, your stress, your movement, your exercise. It's mental, it's emotional. It's, yes, what you put on your feet. It's the body you bring to the feet. It's all of it. Okay, so you got to take it all into consideration. And that's the thing, is most people don't. They expect something like the Vibram Five Finger to cure whatever is ailing them. They want that magic bullet. And I don't blame them. That would be great. But unfortunately, that's usually not the case. In order to actually make change in your life, you have to get this make change. So I guess that's kind of the message of today's video. I know it's longer than 30 seconds, which is very uncommon. I try to keep it to less, these things shorter, but I wanted to share this with you. I'll make sure to link to the original article down below in the YouTube video description. And please let me know what your thoughts are in your experience. If you do a lot of Googling, you'll find this popping up in different areas. I'm happy to say that most people are actually benefiting from this type of shoe. If you have it, the warning or the disclaimer or whatever you want to say that I would give you is wear them in slowly. It took me, I think, about a month of gradually wearing them indoors a little bit here and there until I can wear them full time. Also, I was, at that time probably doing an hour, hour and a half worth of postural exercises. So don't, if you get a shoe like this and you're going from a regular shoe to more minimalistic footwear, do not try to go from one to the other overnight. You're definitely asking for some pain and possible injury, and then that's when things like these happen, these lawsuits. So take your time wearing into them. It's just like working out. You wouldn't go from, oh, I haven't worked out in years to I'm going to do 300 push-ups. That's just crazy. You got to build up to it. Okay, so anyways, I hope you found this helpful. But like I said, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I look forward to hearing them and continue the discussion down there. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow in the next video. Until then, take care and keep moving.